All right, we are officially live. So, hi everyone. This is Amra, the co-founder of Curva. Um, Streaming this event or hosting this event from Ho Chi Minh City Earth Ventures, Earth Hub actually. This is in partnership with Cuisine, and we are here to celebrate the Vietnam Entrepreneurs Day with our fellow Sri Lankan entrepreneurs as part of the ERCP program powered by UNDP Sri Lanka, and as well as some experts in the startup ecosystem, as well as entrepreneurs in the Vietnamese ground. All right, so with that, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. So let me begin with Mr. Dai Nguyen, who is the Senior Investment Officer. My apologies if I got your name wrong. You can repeat it so that I don't make a mistake.
It's Yui.
Yui, okay. So Mr. Yui, thank you so much for joining us. He is representing Wizine and he's an expert in the startup ecosystem. Wonderful. Next, I would like to invite Mr. An, who's the founder and CEO of WordsMind. So welcome, Mr. An. You can sit here. Thank you. Okay. Next, I would like to invite Miss Nivarthana, who is the founder of Zenson. And lastly, we would like to invite Mr. Jayantan, who is the founder of FPM. So let us give them a round of applause for joining us. All right, wonderful. I'm going to move a little bit so you can see all your faces. Okay, all right. So welcome everyone, and it's nice to have you on this roundtable. We can call it a panel discussion, I believe. I thought it would be interesting before we get to know each other here. I thought it would be interesting to address a little bit more of a stark difference between us right now, which is Vietnam versus Sri Lanka. I believe some of us are meeting for the first time today, and we would love to understand the similarities and differences between the two countries and how as a country you have been addressing the challenges or the good things about the economy here in the country. But before that, I think let me ask some interesting questions, right? So we decided to come to Vietnam to explore resilience market here, to experience the resilient market here. Maybe we can start off with one of the two of you. Why Vietnam? Why do you think someone should come to Vietnam?
Okay, the reason most people come to Vietnam not only because of the economic issue, but also the environment and the culture, a lot of people. And economic-wise, we survived the COVID wave. After the COVID, we had the tourist sector that increased like 1,000% after the COVID, and the economy grew a lot because of the booming in the e-commerce sector, followed by the online food delivery and the industry is growing after the post-COVID as well. And then the FDI growth. And then, most of the people, they no longer work for the agriculture or service sector anymore. They're moving to work for the urban area like here or the service industry and technology companies. So that means a shift between the teenagers, they want to become, have higher income. And then, that's then 50% of the population in Vietnam, that's then 35 years old. So we have the young labor and the talent, and we have about the technical skill as well. So there's lots of factors that attract foreign investors and also the tourists.
It's interesting. Would you like to add anything to it?
I think mainly the reason here is, first of all, it's come from the people, just like Mr. said. So we have young talent. And especially what is the cool thing here is as our position now on the international, so we open for international collaboration. Yeah, so and our people also really adaptive with new solutions. So we open to collab with any solution maker from any part of the world. Yeah, and maybe as you may know, like for blockchain example, right? So it is a new technology, and Vietnam is one of the top hub. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the legality in Vietnam that allow the blockchain, but the people is really eager to like adapt with it. Yeah, so I think that's why we are really open for international collaboration and young talents. That's the thing.
Quite interesting to hear. We've definitely witnessed that already, experienced that already. So moving on, Sri Lanka. Why do you want people to come?
Yeah, so we can talk about that in two aspects, business and tourism wise. So tourism wise, it's a main destination in the world because of the geographical and hospitality of it. And business wise also, in the current situation, the government is very welcoming the foreign investors and foreign corporations to come in to get more income into the country and support them as well. And also we have number one talent in Asia, the affordable talent in Asia as per Genome Stats. So, and it's number 4 in the world. So I think it's a good place to collaborate. So we see similarities between the two.
So Jen, would you like to add on to that? Why Sri Lanka?
Yeah, well, Sri Lanka is kind of an island, which is rich in culture and people. So we have different people who are speaking different languages, following different religions and stuff. So I would say like people are very much welcoming, and we have strong communities in different sectors. Let's take for environment, there is a community working towards, and for technology, there is a community. Even for startups, there are lots and lots of community who are welcoming us. And in terms of startup ecosystem, we also have so many soft landing pads, incubators, something like Clover. There are some others, and there are so many accelerator programs are going on. Even for foreign investor or foreign startup who want to come to Sri Lanka, they have the opportunities to kickstart it. So I would say pretty much the community is the baseline, but we have, that's one of the strong part of it.
So I see a little bit of tourism that is common to both countries. I see a little bit of in terms of startup ecosystem, something common. The people in the hospitality seems to be common. But I want to dive in a little bit more into differences, right? Experiencing both countries, Sri Lanka and Vietnam, I know that tourism is a huge part of it. But why tourism? What's beautiful about your country in terms of the picturesque view? Something that you would be proud to, talk about that, look, hey, my country has this. So is there anything you would like to share from each of your countries?
Yeah. Let me share this. So as for me, I think like one thing, all the world know that we've been in war. Yeah, so apart from the scenario, I think one thing I want to stress here is the openness of the people. Like we don't want war anymore. So the hospitality spirit is come from, okay, let's come to our country and see what we have in here apart from the war. Yeah, so I think that's the first thing. So it makes our people to be like welcoming and also like we love to have tourists to come to our country. And for the scenario, I think we were blessed with a lot of jungles, cave, and also like seashores. I think that is the thing that all the Southeast Asia countries still have it. And of course, one of the best tourist destination is the Sundong Cave. I think like it's quite popular in the world, the biggest one. Yeah, but apart from that, we also have a lot of local destinations. We would love everyone to come and explore as like the secret tours. Yeah.
So have you been to the Sundong?
Planning to. Yeah.
Planning to.
But I think in what's it like?
Okay. And you want to add on?
He said, but he forgot the food. But there's lots of recipes and dishes that you can try and even dare to try. Besides that, the infrastructure here is really good. That they have many good restaurants, and especially exclusive views for things tourists to. I just add a little bit because
What's your favorite go-to dish?
hard to tell. It's long.
Okay, all right. So, what is it that you can boast about Sri Lanka?
It's that as we were discussing too, it's like in one day you can go to an ocean and surf, and you can go to a height of a mountain. So Sri Lanka is a country where you are within a very short distance, the culture changes, the food taste changes, and the people changes. So you can experience a lot of experiences, variety of things within country. And also we have very good heritage coming from the past in Anuradhapura and Colonel area, and even in Jaffna, Trincote. So a lot of things to see in my consistent.
Yeah, before starting with Sri Lanka, I would like to turn to Vietnam.
Okay, that's different.
As like I have been tasting all Vietnamese food and it is pretty much delicious. I even tried around 8 varieties of noodles itself. Yeah, and it was really good. And exploring the people and culture here is much more common to what we have back in Sri Lanka as well, because it's always welcoming. People smile at you when you go to the shops or when you meet any person in the street as well. So that's what we have in common. Apart from that, Sri Lanka has some unique things because we are rich in biodiversity, and we have Sinharaja, one of the natural protected rainforests that we have, and we also have largest wildlife elephant gathering, Asian elephant gathering in the world, in Pinawala. So there are other factors, something like that, which are very much unique to us, where people want to visit us as a
That's quite interesting. Okay, so caves. I don't think Sri Lanka has caves. Oh, we do have one cave. We do have one cave, which is less explored. But forests seem to be a common demography and landmark. The seashores, obviously. I've seen beautiful beaches of both countries. They're amazing. That's wonderful. So we spoke a little bit about the landmarks. We spoke a little bit about the culture. We see that there is a rich culture in both the countries. Let's get on to economy now in both the countries. I think we need to get to the serious stuff also, right? How has it been? Both countries have faced war at some point in time, and both countries have tried to come out of it, are trying and have come out of it. You can comment on that. How have we taken strategies to overcome all those damages and rise back again or be resilient back again as a country? Maybe I can start with Sri Lanka this time.
So a bit of background on the war perspective. So we had a decade, actually 3 decades of war, which ended up in 2019, but it actually didn't stop there. So in 2004 we had the tsunami, and thereafter we had Eastern bomb attacks, and then we had COVID, and it was more as a country and as a citizen of the country, we are suffering a lot towards economy and other stuff. Still, Sri Lanka is under inflation, but as a thriving community, as a young people in Sri Lanka, we take matters, like we take it towards the future. So all of us are trying to come beyond that, and for the past 2 years with the post-economic crisis and things, we're actually developing a lot in terms of GDP and in terms of startup ecosystem. There are more opportunities are coming from the government and private sectors as well. And there are a lot of international supports is also coming towards the country, which supports us and young entrepreneurs like us to evolve a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much from
To add to it, actually, as he said, Sri Lanka right now is welcoming collaborations, international collaborations. So international investors can have 100% shares of the company registered in Sri Lanka, as well as we have the affordable talent affordable skilled talent in Sri Lanka. And the economy, as he said, Sri Lankan people has always been immune to all the catastrophes that happened over the time in bouncing back through all the things. And we carry the same genes to the business as well. So whatever happens, we thrive. So, yeah.
We see great stuff from Sri Lanka. How about Vietnam? How have you seen this?
Okay, so first, I think like for one thing all the Vietnamese people, like especially in history book, like we've been through a lot of wars, so you must treasure what you have now. But one thing in common, I think, for Vietnamese people and also Sri Lanka is we have the pride of our culture, of our history. Yeah, we have a pride to represent our country whenever it comes to the international landscape. Yeah, so the thing here is we have the core, and from that core we try to plug with the international trends as well as progress, but we still keep that core. So that is what makes us different, and also what keep our pride on the development. And that's the thing that I believe is a sustainable thing. So you cannot just adapt and grow and become an entrepreneur chasing innovation, but without the core of you yourself. Yeah, so I think that's one thing that keep both countries. Even though for Vietnam we also have a lot of storms. We don't have tsunami, but around the side, maybe you can feel it through the heavy rain outside. Yeah. So we've been through a lot of storms in many times of the year. Yeah. So but still, we're just proud to become proud because we are Vietnamese people and proud of what we have. And I believe that's the same with Sri Lanka, and that's what will make us go further in the future, especially we go after the war.
Would you like to add?
I like what he said, mentioned about the car, and this beyond the car, we embrace the innovation. Like as you already visited the innovation hub industry 3 semesters ago, right? So it's also the current issue, not only Vietnam but global-wide economic issue because of the disruption. Let's say about for global-wide, they have the inflation environment and also the supply chain and some market by or like the Ukraine conflict, and that also affect with the Vietnamese local situation as well, like the misconduct in the real estate bond market that affect many sectors like even banking, infrastructure, manufacturing, any industry are affected now in Vietnam. And then most of the company they're not willing to pay right now, and also the consumer they reduce their spend. Also some of the challenges right now in Vietnam, but all the challenges come with opportunities. So some of the headwinds in Vietnam are like the tourist sector is increasing rapidly, like I mentioned about the post-COVID recovery. So the FDI growth really high, and also we are open for China. So beside the opportunity like that, there are headwinds like the inflation market and the complicated real estate market, and also that's also where technology company have lots of innovative solutions to tackle those challenges.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So the core is quite important, but as I understand from all four of you, that each country has its own challenges. But I love the way that An said it, that the challenge is actually an opportunity for someone to have a solution built out of it, to have it in form of innovation, and see how we can, push that, break it forth, and go for it. So that's quite interesting. We've spoken. I know we could speak about Vietnam or Sri Lanka all day, I think, but we'd love to do that because we can understand so much between the two countries and understand the different strategies. Especially, one of the things that I noted in the past couple of days we've been in Ho Chi Minh City, as well as with what you shared, is the foreign development investment, the FDI, is something that is a very large contributor towards your economy. And another interesting thing is your cross-country collaborations. The fact that you open to China, and the fact that you invite a lot of innovation and tech and training from Singapore. It's quite interesting to see how much of that is actually already being implemented, and something probably Sri Lanka, while it's already doing it, is something that we can probably focus more on. But thank you so much for sharing on with Sri Lanka versus Vietnam. So what I noticed is there's a lot of similarities. And you notice that we have Sri Lanka versus Vietnam. It's, we look like kind of like we divided. So I would like to change that a little bit because I find a lot of similarities. So to do this, I would like you all to safety first, but raise and shuffle and sit in a more random manner if you can. Okay, see. Get another similarities. They find easiest way to do something, which is very common between the two communities, I believe. So with that, we will move on to the second segment, which I would like to focus a lot on youth and entrepreneurship. All of us are youth here. Okay, and not to comment on my age, but yeah. So each of you are here because of some way contributing or being a part of entrepreneurship, right? So I would like to ask you all some rapid fire questions to understand each of your stories, because like I said again, we can speak about each of you for quite some time because of all I wouldn't say achievements first. I would say the struggle that you have gone through, which I believe would be common between the four of you, and everything that you did to convert that into an opportunity. And the fact that you are right now a founder of a company that is trying to do good to the community or the environment or anything that's revolving around it, right? So who would like to go first with my rapid fire?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, what is the organization you're part of? What is your core value?
Yeah.
Quickly, if you could share.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe just a brief introduction about Wizin.
Yes.
So in here we work with startups. Yeah. In short, we work with startups, and we for the past 3 years we assist. We have built nearly around 5,000 members, mainly our founders and venture capitalists into that. As our vision back then was simple, so we see Vietnam is a growing country, and actually for the entrepreneur and the startup trend, as for now, it just happened I think for 10 years ago up to now, so it's still quite soon, and our market is still young. Yeah, so we think it's a good time to tackle this and to connect all the resources. Yeah, so simply we can have the startup with any kind of preparation for the fundraising, for connection, for resource, and another thing is we also have all the startup from outside our country to enter Vietnam if they feel this market attractive, and yeah, maybe if they just simply love Vietnam.
So, do you have any foreign countries that are registered here as part of design?
Yeah, we do have some company that we are supporting. They are from, as I remember, Dubai, Singapore, and even some in Israel. Yeah.
That's quite interesting. So you had to add Sri Lanka to the portfolio. So listen.
Absolutely. I think it's a good chance. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right, that sounds good. I'll come back to you with further questions. Maybe let's go down the line. And Nivarthana, would you like to take? What is your startup about? And yeah, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, we are Zensen, IoT, Internet of Things, and machine learning based company. We carry expertise in machine learning, IoT, mobile web development, marketing, and finance. So, and our first product is Fluid Sensor, which is a water quality monitoring and prediction solution. And we have collaborated with the Water Board of Sri Lanka and completed pilot run, and we are now reaching into the market. Its main aim is to because we saw a gap in the market. In the entire world, 3.6 million people died after being exposed to unsafe water. Stats reflect the same in Sri Lanka, and out of that, 2.8 is youth and child deaths. So that's because right decisions were not taken in water management at the right time because the data was not available. So we are bridging the gap.
That's great. That's great. Thanks, Nivarthana. And what about you?
For me, we build was my happy with the language learning experience. And we support more than 150 languages and we are building the generative AI to be a companion chatbot that can communicate with you. Like you don't need to look for a partner to language anymore, but you can use us, and we have a really good face that help you increase the engagement and motivated to use the language art as well. And we also create a solution that help hundreds of university and school in Vietnam to improve the language, because like even though we have a lot of language center in Vietnam, but the English proficiency index is still decreasing over here. And then every year, like decades, most people look for how to use the language. So let's say, why don't we fix it for once by building WordSmart? And then we have the algorithm to help you remember the knowledge better. Like people nowadays, because of TikTok, a lot of instruction era of data, so people usually forget. So we build a memory retention techniques to help you just put in the data, and we help you master the content. So it's very easy, help you to translate, to understand, and you can save everything around you, and then you can master, practice the content of the language easily. So that's about WordSmart, and we are aiming to support and empower 100,000 students in Vietnam to improve the language right now. That's the reason why we go to the United Nations to speak about our idea.
Amazing. I think it's great WordSmart exists and it's doing what it's doing. Because we coming from a country with 3 languages, we understand the problem and the challenges that we have regarding that. So that's amazing, Anne. And we'll ask Jayantan about your startup.
Yeah, so I'm representing SPM. SPM is a social enterprise which works towards technology transformation in local communities. So we found there is a huge socio-economical and environmental implications are happening because people are not adapting towards technology, because most of them carry traditional kinds of operations. So we are a company helping individuals and communities to transform technology. So that's pretty much from us, and we do a lot of R&D works, especially when it's come to sustainability. For example, we are going to build a decentralized network of upcycling centers all over Sri Lanka with our own machines by building them through R&Ds and stuff. And we also have ERP system supporting local entrepreneurs, and we also have other software and electromechanical facilities as well, along with our lab providing services.
Amazing. I think all of them were quite inspirational, and it comes with a cause, right? Of why they're doing it, what they're trying to solve. So a quick question: why did you start it? Why are you doing this? What was it that in your personal story that sort of like triggered you? Hey, I want to do this. I want to, start this. I want to be supportive in this ecosystem. Something maybe we can start off with Jayantan. Yeah.
So my story started from my O-levels. I think around 14, 15, I think. Yeah.
That's basically like high school.
Yeah, high school. Basically, little bit before high school.
Okay.
So we started on a small project doing water purification and related to that. But after we started that, we got so many insights how community is suffering with all of these problems. So that's why we started to work with the community, and we worked around 3 years from there before starting SPM. So starting point of SPM is kind of addressing the problem of inequalities between the communities, because as the internet was introduced, we could understand what technology could do towards inequality. It brings so many people on the same platform. For example, let's say we could communicate today through internet, and with the AI and things, we can do whatever the things that a large corporate could do as well. So that reduces the inequality within ourselves and with other people as well. So that triggered us a pathway why we should work with technology and we should empower people with technology. So that's my story.
Nice. Amazing. And would like to go next? Would you like to?
Sure. My story.
Why was mine?
I was my very simple first reason. When I was young, my mother always asked not to do that, not to do this, and one would say no. So I decided to say yes. and then I was very good at English at that time, but now here are professional working my English a decade, so I feel very bad. And then I wonder that language issue happened for like decades or 100 years, so why it still happen all the time? It's just figure out a way and build that. And our approach is different. We follow the customer, uh, and we leverage a lot of feedback of customer to improve the product and make the best product for the customer. That's it. That's
And Martha. Wise answer.
So I was actually doing my final year project in this fluid sensor, water quality monitoring, where I identified that there's a huge gap for that solution while doing the literature review. So we a team together did with my mentor, and so while I went to these entrepreneurship workshops as well, which motivated me to go for entrepreneurship. So we thought of going for a company. Why only this solution? There are a lot of scenarios in this society that needs data, but the data is not there. So we thought with our capabilities of IoT and ML, we could cater those things and create jobs for the people and create a good working environment for their livelihood. So that's how we started.
And what about you?
Yeah, for us, I think I also mentioned a bit in the first question that we see Vietnam is getting into the golden age of development. Maybe one thing I can share is one of the memories that we had in 2018. I remember we have the first Vietnam Venture Summit. It is a summit which we pool the resources of the venture capital, Golden Gate Venture, so on, like the big one from the world to commit a fund for us. Yeah, I think that is also one of the very first steps for the VC, international VC, to come and appear the investment in here apart from the FDI. Yeah, and then one of the quotes that I remember our Prime Minister of Planning and Investment said is, we believe that innovation is the key for disruptive growth as well as sustainable. Yeah, and then I think from that orientation from the government, a lot of young entrepreneurs, they start to innovate. What is the lacking thing here, we believe, is the orientation. Yeah, so for within, we provide them with support, but also provide them with a lot of VC insight and how to do it properly, rather than just thinking, okay, I open a coffee shop and that's a start. No, it's not like that. You need to have a disruptive matter and innovation factor in there. Yeah, so that's how we do.
Amazing. Well, it's an interesting starting point for everyone. I just want to change the question a little bit now, because now I understand you started, why you started it, and all of that. But in order to implement it and in part of your journey, there's so many things that you could have experienced, good things, bad things, and all of that, right? But let's say there are moments when you want to really think and come up with an innovative solution or brainstorm. What do you do when you want to think? It's a very simple question. What do you do when you want to think? Is this something that you personally do?
So I'll go first. So usually what I do is I used to travel a lot because it clears the mind. I used to ride motorbikes for a long distance because at the time I won't be thinking of any kind of other things. So I'd be focused on the road and the problem. So that was my, pathway to think towards only the problem and finding the solution. Other than that, just write in the book, think of it, and throw the pathway and go for it.
Ho Chi Minh City being a country full of bikes, I think we all have to grab a scooter soon after the same. That's quite interesting. And yes, who would like to next?
Okay, maybe me. Yeah, just about something. I believe for entrepreneur world, we are a lot of thinkers. Two at the same time, obviously. Yeah, but I think thinking is one of the first things that you need to master if you want to innovate. Yeah. So for me, my thinking process is simply I don't try most of you, but for me, I need a paper. Yeah, and usually during that time, I set the expectation for myself. Okay, so this is the time I'm thinking I want to solve something, or I want to have flow of thinking in my mind, and I just want to let it flow without any judgment. Yeah, so usually we stuck in our thinking with the judgment of ourselves to what I thought, to what idea. Yeah, so for me, okay, I will list all the idea here, list all the matter of thinking that I have here, list it out all here and I block the time, like for example, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just to think of it. And then I come to the emotional and judgment part, to set priority, or like to, okay, how you feel about it. So I think it's quite work for me. It helped me to have like the longest list of things, and also like sometimes like the innovative idea come last. You know, yeah.
So are you alone when you do this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really hard for me. I'm a talkative person, so when I talk, see with other people, it's really distracting.
It's gonna be distracting. Rachel would like the next.
So I kind of use all of their place.
You drive as well?
No, no, but not while thinking. So yeah, so it's kind of like there's this hyper focus and scatter focus thing.
Okay.
So when I know some connecting points to what I'm starting to think, so then I go for that hyper focus mode. I with a pen and paper. So I jot down all the things that I have. I do my research and get the final outcome and go like that. And if it's like very clumsy, complicated, all the things are there, but I cannot find the points, then I take a shower, go for a travel. A scatter focus, like I don't focus on that thing, so I let it naturally come and connect to me.
Shower. All
Yeah, I
right.
think that's the very best process to go shower to have ideas. when we build was mine, so one of the way we build it, we study about the psychology and the memory techniques. So go shower, we go down writing or go writing. That's put the brain in the diffuse mode. When you put yourself in the diffuse mode, you let your brain imagine the abstract, like some very creative idea, or another example where you do nothing, or you just sit on the chair trying to sleep, and then you got a crazy idea, and then you wake up and go on that matter sleep. So those are kind of inactive things help you to put yourself in the diffuse mode to create ideas. And for me, I go shower as well.
All right, we gotta buy some papers, we gotta shower. For me, I think I also like to share is that I travel with a lot of sticky notes actually. So I'm a very visual person. So in fact, when we were even planning out this Vietnam tour for the RCP program, we had a whole billboard like full of stick notes and everything pinned, and Nuha, who was coordinating the entire event, got scared when she came in actually. She was like, this looks like a war room. But yeah, so sticky notes, I so much that I have even influenced my mom. She does her shopping list on sticky notes now. So yes, so thinking, that's quite very important in entrepreneurial life. But let me jump from thinking pattern to something that has frustrated you in your life. One really bad, frustrating moment that you had in your entrepreneurial journey. Anne is already like, I don't have anything like that. Maybe I'm. But that one frustrating moment, and what is it that you quickly did to overcome that frustrating thought? Frustrating moment, it could be something that made you angry, made you sad, whatever emotion that comes with it, and anyone can
You
take
want the top one.
up to you to share.
I'm also thinking like there are so many students, but I was going to put it
What's the
together.
first thing that came to your mind?
Yeah, I think for us, if you're an entrepreneur, you always meet problem, right?
Yeah.
And you're also a solution seeker. So maybe the problem not for us that much because we live with it. But for me, I think for any entrepreneur, we are not built from success, we build from failures. So one of frustrating, I think, is when you have a lot of ideas, you have your final idea, and it didn't work out, right? So you test it, and the response from the market. I think the PMF, the product market fit, is one of the most painful when it comes to entrepreneur things. Yeah, we feel so cool, we so buying it. All our team depend on it, and then suddenly we launch it to the market, and the response is not like we expect, and even there's sometimes negative response, and sometimes they are also adversely in terms of the context. COVID-19, I think, is put down a lot of entrepreneurs. Yeah, but still, I think that is when we know whether we are a true entrepreneur or not. So if you are a true entrepreneur, then when you meet something like this, right through into your idea, you know, okay, what should you do next? Even like the decision of throwing down and choose another one.
It's not in our hands, basically. It's something out of our control. So
Yeah.
definitely something that's frustrating for an entrepreneur. Next, would like to move on.
Yeah. I kind of 100% agree with you. So there are like quite a lot of frustrating moments that come. Like it's like that we have to come out of them and see what's going on and sort it. Either go and solve it or give it up and go in another one.
So you've given me a philosophical answer to my question, but not an actual answer, but that's okay. I would like to answer next.
Frustrated moments.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the entrepreneurship, so frustrated moment and we come along with resilience and grit. And then there was a lot of up and downs in the emotional roller coaster experience. So that's one of the things that you should have a friend and employee kind of back you up or support you. You must should have friends to back you. And this moment you are featured on a newspaper that you are the best and you are the very good CEO. And then in the activity in the team, your team left you or that happened at the same time. So there's a moment like that. So grit and resilience, and yeah, that's very important to overcome frustration.
That hit deep on that hit deep to all of us, I believe. But I'm so glad you came that.
Yeah, for us, like we made a decision, like when we were starting the company, like we started to offer the services to sustain ourselves. And at a point, we took a decision to stop all the services and focus on a product and build it. So our timeline was around 1 year to build the product, but for 1 year we could only finish quarter of it. So we then like stopped everything and pivoted the whole idea. It was near to the bankruptcy, and so then like most of the guys who are working with us, like most of them are friends and things. So they supported a lot, and they even worked for nothing for I think 2 months. And I think like that community support and friendship was there to support us. So that was the part which uplifted us again. So that was the kind of a core movement for us.
Oh, I'm getting all mushy and emotional here, listening to all four of you. But I think we can sort of like round up this segment with one last question. I feel that if there is no tomorrow, let's not get into a Hollywood movie, but if there is no tomorrow, what is it that you would do today?
Just eat.
Just eat. I think that is the most genuine answer Jayantan could say, because all he's been doing for the past 4 years is eat.
Food lover.
Food lover. He's a foodie.
Being grateful.
Huh?
Being grateful.
Being grateful, but what would you do being grateful?
Thank you. Thank you for the last day.
That's crazy and amazing as well.
For me, I think I'm a bit like him, but not eating. But for me, my mindset is simple. So it is a bit hard, but I live to die. So I always believe in the death that can come sudden. It's not at all YOLO, but like I think I will just live my normal day. And always say to myself to keep my back straight. And yeah, so just live to your fullness and honest, then there's nothing to regret. So
Wow.
if you die during those normal days, it will be a blast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite gutsy to say that. And universe.
Yeah. I would do a swim to the deep sea and stay at home with family.
Deep sea and stay home at With family. That's amazing. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your deepest moments and your crazy thoughts as well. And I think with that, we move on to the third and last segment of this roundtable discussion for today. I would like to understand what you think about, or what does this word resilience mean to you? So to do this, we're going to do a little bit of a twist here rather than just speak. We have a couple of picture cards there, the Shiggy cards that we have Nuha helping us with. And I would like all four of you to pick one or maybe two cards, fine, on what resilience actually means to you. And after you picked it, I would like you all to share to the rest of us why you picked that card and what it means to you.
You will pick one.
I'm just looking at this.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I see each of you have picked a card, and who would like to share first? Okay, good. So maybe just show them the card so everyone knows what you picked. Okay, why did you pick?
Yes. Sunset, I'm very connected to sunset and sunrise. So I always think when sunset, it comes in the other day. So there could be hard moments, but we could overcome them.
But the sun is going to rise the next day. Okay, that's wonderful. That's what resilience means to you. Nice. And
mine is the three circle that overlaps. That means the inclusive entrepreneurship.
So inclusive entrepreneurship is what resilience is all about for you?
I think it's the major part.
Major part. No, that's quite interesting. Okay, thanks, Al.
I took it. So, from my perspective, resilience comes with sustainability. So, with Earth and the pillars of economy, social, and environment, there comes the resilience.
Yes. And what about you, Yuan?
It's a bit cheesy, but so the resilience for me is, as for the heart, is our core of our body, right? I believe that as long as we know, aware, and keep our core, then we can reach to the anti-fragile stage, in which, like, no matter how damaged it is outside, no matter how you changing your state, changing your thoughts, as long as you still keep something inside your heart, then everything gonna be fine. You will go through it all, and it just only stops when your heart stops. And also, yeah, a sincere lover, hey.
That's nice. That's very sweet. All right. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm just going to open it for one last time from each of you to share anything that, I know you've been answering all my questions very patiently and very interestingly, but I'm going to open it up to you. Is there something you'd like to share finally before we wrap up this roundtable discussion? Anyone can go first.
Maybe I can share a bit about the Vietnam startup landscape a bit, so everyone here, especially from Sri Lanka, can understand your stuff here. Like in Vietnam, we are very active in the policy very fast, and there's investment opportunity and also the challenges stock and so. And for example, for Robert education like us, we have multiple sectors in this industry. Like for education, for example, we have a K-12 company, and we have a KISS or Tribal Solution company, and we have AMS or solution for the corporate or for the learning. For example, in the product industry, we have like company who build solution for the brokerage and the marketplace, or they build solution for data analytics, or the co-working space like within they also have co-working space as well, and like financial service for companies. So that's a subsector of this industry. The same apply for other sector in healthcare or biotech as well. So there are lots of opportunity here. And I'm also myself curious about what it is in Sri Lanka as well too. Vietnam has nearly 100 million people, and Sri Lanka you have like 22 million people, right? But interesting fact is you have more. The GDP is higher than people from other countries like Malaysia, too. So there are some interesting facts that we can learn more about Sri Lanka in the future too.
Yes, that's quite. We would like to teach you more about Sri Lanka, and still, there's so much we need to learn about Vietnam as well. So yes, we will definitely carry on our conversation afterwards, maybe. Who would like to share next? Okay.
Yeah. So during our journey of 5 days, we have like very pleasant and positive experiences in Vietnam, especially in the entrepreneurship. Their ethics, the way they treat us, the way they have reached in the ecosystem, and we found the places that we could add to our ecosystem as well. And so I think it's all about collaboration, as he said. It's about Earth. So where we live in, although we separate as countries, it's about collaboration and going forward as humans. So I think it's a good opportunity for us since we have a lot of similarities as well. So, yeah.
I have so much to say good about Vietnam, but I'm going to leave it to the others to talk. Yes, who would like to go next?
First of all, like so the vibrant Vietnam community. So it's very energetic. So as far as we have experience for the past 5 days, like everyone is working, they're having their time in the evening and like drinking coffee, talking with others, and like it's very energetic and like there are only few places when you get that vibe of energy. So I felt it here. So that was one of the things I think that's driving the core part of the country. Apart from that, I love your food, and yeah,
I have to mention it again.
and I think as a community we can work together, and we saw so many potential of collaborations with local startups here and industries as well. So let's work together and find our ways towards the sustainable future.
Thank you, Jantus.
Maybe for me, I just want to say like, if I have a chance to come to Sri Lanka, please host me.
We would be happy to.
I used to work in, I know you guys know AZEC. Yeah, and then actually during that time while I was still a student, I worked in AZEC, and we have a close collaboration with Sri Lanka at Columbus University. Pardon me if I'm wrong. Yeah, but yeah, so we can see like apart from the destination, geography things, yeah, all the youth is really like energetic, and actually we have some conferences. Yeah, my friends come back from Sri Lanka and they have a really good reviews. Yeah, so if yeah, maybe I'm considered. Yeah, and yeah, and in return, if you have a chance to come here again, please let us host you, just like this event. And also we have a lot of office here, so it would be great if we can have some Sri Lanka serve here also that we can support closely.
Definitely, quite a lot of startups actually watching this as well, some of our alumni. A very big shout out to the Hackadev program actually, and that's one of the reasons why we are here. Hackadev is an initiative by UNDP Sri Lanka a couple of years ago, I think easily 4-5 years ago now, who has been able to build that ecosystem of entrepreneurs starting from concept level ideation all the way to incubation, and as well as providing a seed grant in terms of going over that barrier to take it off the market. And also a very big shout out to Visign for hosting us here in this amazing place. You guys, you're just seeing us actually, but this place is actually amazing. We felt quite home when we came here, so a very big shout out to Visign for allowing this to happen, making this happen. And we're hoping to see if we can collaborate further with them and explore further opportunities. And of course, I cannot end this roundtable discussion without mentioning UNDP Sri Lanka, because they have an amazing, energetic community there, what can I say? I'm trying to find the right word for the team because we love the team. We at Curve love the UNDP and the Citra Lab team who has driven the energy in the startup ecosystem in Sri Lanka, and they've been the driving force for us to experience the resilient market here in Vietnam as well. So a very big shout out to UNDP Sri Lanka. I think they believe we have to. And last but not least, I would like to wrap up with a shout out to the Curve team who has, you are seeing only 3 of us here, myself, Shapur, and Nuha here, but there's a whole bunch of team who's worked behind in our country to make this happen. Not just this event, there's so much that also happened that helped us explore the Ho Chi Minh City here and the startup ecosystem here. So big shout out to everyone. And last but not least, like I said, I can talk about the Vietnamese people and their welcoming all continuously without any drain in my energy because they've been so welcoming. I haven't received so much welcoming anywhere in the world so far. So they've been really welcoming and energetic, quick to respond, short notice, all of that. They've been putting up with our crazy demands. So thank you so much for that. And thank you everyone for watching, and we will sign off from here. And thank you once again to all our panelists. We'll give them a very big round of applause. All right, thank you everyone.